Coffee Break German Season 2, Episode 5.
Herzlich willkommen zurück bei Coffee Break German Session 5.
Session 5 indeed. Ich bin Marc.
Und ich bin Andrea.
Und wir sind sehr froh, hier zu sein.
Sehr gut, genau.
We're very pleased to be here. Now, Andrea, we've had a few comments on the website and indeed in Facebook and in emails just about the start of the course and how we've been dealing with some really tricky stuff in these first few lessons.
Yes, I'm not surprised because it has been very tough. But the things we've discussed, especially the adjectival endings, they are really the most difficult topic you will encounter in the German language. And unfortunately, we have to speak about this when we are in early stages of learning German.
And it's the kind of thing that once we realize that there are different endings and so on, we'll recognize them in the reading that we're doing and the listening that we're doing and so on. And I suppose also it's the kind of thing that opens doors. It opens our understanding to the fact that there are these changes in the language in different situations, and that will also help us in other situations.
Yes, exactly. And we're really discussing it at this point because people will come across it and wonder, oh, why is there an S or why is this an R, etc., etc. And they're not expected to be proficient in using these things. But when you read something, you'll come across it and maybe at the back of your head, you will remember, oh, yes, adjectival endings.
And the good news is that we've got something a little more simple today.
Yes, exactly.
So today we're going to be talking about hobbies and activities and so on, and also thinking about when we do them and how often we do them.
Mhm.
Alles klar?
Genau.
Also, bist du bereit?
Ich bin bereit, danke.
Los geht's.
So, Mark, I want to find out a bit more about your hobbies today.
Okay.
So, can you tell me some verbs that would describe your hobbies?
Auf Deutsch?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, I like, well, I'll not say I like, I'll just say the verbs themselves.
Exactly.
Lesen.
Mhm.
Sprachen lernen.
Ja, sehr gut.
Kochen.
Mhm.
When I get the time. Klavier spielen.
Oh, ja, sehr gut. So, du kochst gern.
You're asking me, do I cook happily? Do I enjoy cooking?
Yes. So, do you enjoy cooking? But in German, we have a different structure. And happily is not a bad way to describe this adverb gern.
Gern. So, could I say then, ja, ich koche gern?
Genau, sehr gut. Ich koche gern.
Could we go through the whole conjugation of kochen to
Ja.
cook?
Ich koche, du kochst, er, sie, es kocht, wir kochen, ihr kocht, sie kochen.
Okay, so is that pretty much a regular
It's
verb?
a regular verb, yes.
So I would say ich koche gern, and you asked me the question.
Kochst du gern?
Okay, so do you cook happily? Do you enjoy cooking?
Genau. You also said that you enjoy reading. Yes?
Lesen, ja.
Ja, genau, lesen. Du liest gern.
Okay, now, du liest gern, there must be a spelling change in that verb, yeah?
Yes, some of our verbs are almost regular. They just have a vowel change in the middle.
Mm-hmm. So here, I would say ich lese gern.
Yes, the vowel change is normally for du,
Uh-huh.
er, sie, and es, is.
Okay, so can I try the conjugation of lesen? Ich lese, du liest,
Ja,
er, sie, es liest. Liest, okay. It's the same as the du form, yeah.
Yes.
Wir lesen.
Ja.
Ihr lest. Okay, so that doesn't change. And then sie lesen.
Genau, sehr gut.
So the wir and the sie just sound like the infinitive.
Mhm.
But ich lese, du liest, er, sie, es liest, wir lesen, ihr lest, and sie lesen.
Genau, sehr gut.
Okay, so I can say, ich koche gern, ich lese gern? Lese gern.
Ja, ich lese gern. Ich koche gern. Ich lese gern. And schwimmst du gern?
Ja, ich schwimme gern, wenn ich Zeit habe.
Genau, sehr gut.
When I time have or if I time have.
Genau.
Okay, so ich schwimme gern.
Und tanzt du gern?
Nein, ich tanze nicht so gern.
Okay, sehr gut. Singst du gern?
Ja, ich singe gern, aber ich singe nicht so gut.
Aha, das ist Pech.
Pech. Was bedeutet Pech?
Bad luck.
Bad luck. Okay, das ist Pech, ja. Ich singe gern. Okay, so I can say ich singe gern, ich koche gern, ich schwimme gern, ich tanze nicht so gern. Tanzt du gern?
Ja, ich tanze sehr gern.
Okay, und schwimmst du gern?
Ja, ich schwimme gern.
Singst du gern?
Nein, ich singe nicht gern. Ich singe sehr schlecht.
Schlecht, so you sing very badly.
Genau. So, you also spoke about two other things that you enjoy doing.
I said I liked Sprachen lernen
Ja, genau.
and Klavier spielen.
Genau. So you see we have here two parts of a verb. Yeah? Sprachen lernen
Languages to learn,
und Klavier spielen.
piano to play.
Genau. So Sprachen und Klavier are obviously nouns, so they can't be conjugated. Yeah? And our verbs are lernen
Yep.
and spielen.
So lernen we conjugated a couple of episodes ago. Can we just run through spielen?
Ja?
Ich spiele, du spielst, er, sie, es spielt, wir spielen, ihr spielt, sie spielen.
Genau.
Regular.
Regular verb.
Good.
Yes?
Okay.
So, if we look at our sentence structure, zum Beispiel, ich singe gern, and now you would put, instead of singen, you put lernen. Well, how would you say this sentence?
Just learning. I learn happily. Ich lerne gern.
Yes. And what do you enjoy learning?
Ich lerne Sprachen gern.
Almost right. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. Ich lerne gern Sprachen.
Okay, so the gern has to come straight after the verb.
Exactly.
Ich lerne gern Sprachen.
So if we use this structure on Klavier spielen.
Ich spiele gern Klavier.
Super, sehr gut.
Okay, can you give us some other examples where this would happen?
Yes, for example, drink coffee.
Ich trinke gern Kaffee.
Genau, sehr gut.
Okay, just to test me, I drink a hot coffee happily.
Oh, okay.
Ich trinke gern einen heißen Kaffee.
Yes, very good.
So
Super.
that was our accusative, indefinite adjective endings.
Well done.
Ich trinke gern einen heißen Kaffee.
Genau. So you see, our verbal expression has two parts. And it splits, and in the middle we put gern.
Okay,
So we could also use, for example, a verb like einkaufen, a separable verb.
okay. So
Yeah.
we learned some separable verbs of, well, certainly in season 1, things like ankommen.
Ankommen, ja.
Okay.
I think einkaufen is a good one to shop.
To shop,
Yeah,
okay.
because that, for some people, this is a very pleasant experience.
For some people, yeah. I don't know that it's something that I would go straight to. I suppose it depends what I'm shopping for. But
Exactly.
okay, so einkaufen separate. So
Yes.
would this become ich kaufe gern ein?
Very well done. Sehr, sehr gut.
Can you give me another example of this?
Yes, of course. Let's take another separable verb like Fernsehen.
Okay, so last time we talked about der Fernseher, which is the apparatus, the TV apparatus, but the television, watching television is Fernsehen, the
Yes.
verb.
Yes, we turned a noun into a verb.
Okay, but that's separable.
Yes, fern und sehen.
So would I say ich sehe gern fern?
Sehr gut, super.
Ich sehe gern fern. Can we run through the conjugation of sehen?
Yes, because we have another vowel change.
I was thinking that.
There.
So I see.
Ich sehe.
And for the purposes of just looking at this verb, we'll just talk about to see rather than to see
Yes,
fern. Yeah,
it's the same thing.
So I see, ich sehe. You see.
Du siehst. Sie, es sieht. Wir sehen. Ihr seht. Sie sehen.
So it's that same pattern of the du and the sie, es forms which change the vowel and the rest stay with the same of the vowel as the infinitive, yeah?
Exactly.
So to say they happily watch TV, could we say sie sehen gern fern?
Genau, sehr gut.
And du siehst gern fern.
Genau.
If that's a question, siehst du gern fern?
Super, sehr gut, Mark.
Okay. I think what we're going to do just now is break for a little moment. And then when we come back, perhaps we can add in some more examples and perhaps look at different times as to when we might do these things.
Yes, exactly. We can look at when we do something.
Ausgezeichnet. Also, bis bald.
Here at Coffee Break German, we want to help you turn your downtime into do time. Brauchst du mehr Übung? Join us on Facebook 3 times a week and put your German to work with our language challenges and cultural insights. As they say, practice makes perfect. Oder auf Deutsch, Übung macht den Meister. Head over to facebook.com/coffeebreakgerman. Wir sehen uns hoffentlich bald.
So, herzlich willkommen zurück. Today we've been speaking about gern. Mark, what type of word is gern?
Okay. Gern describes the verb that we're doing. We're doing it happily. So is it an adverb?
Exactly. Adverbs describe how, when, how often, or where we do something.
So does the same pattern work with other adverbs?
Yes, of course. For example, I want to tell you when I have breakfast.
Okay.
Do you know how we say to have breakfast?
Well, I think the word for breakfast is Frühstück.
Mhm.
Could it be Frühstücken?
Exactly,
Okay.
frühstücken. So, ich frühstücke 8 Uhr.
Okay, so this is using the same construction as ich schwimme gern.
Mhm.
Gern being the adverb there, and we're replacing gern with a time. What did you say?
8 Uhr.
8 Uhr. So could I say if I swim at 8 o'clock, ich schwimme 8 Uhr?
Genau.
Right. Can I try and extrapolate this and put it into piano playing, for example?
Yes.
If it works the same way as gern, that's what you're saying, so the 8 Uhr has to replace the gern.
Yes.
Therefore, would I say, ich spiele 8 Uhr Klavier?
Sehr gut, super.
All right. Can you give us some more examples then, perhaps thinking of daily routine?
Yes, what about aufstehen?
Is that to get up?
Yes,
Is it separable?
it is.
Okay. Ich stehe let's say, 7 Uhr auf.
Sehr gut, super.
I forgot about my auf there. Ich stehe 7 Uhr auf.
Genau, sehr gut.
Und etwas anderes?
Do you want another separable one?
Let's do a few different ones.
Okay, let's do an easy one. Duschen, to have a shower.
Okay. Is that a reflexive verb in some way?
Nein, it doesn't have to be.
I think my French and my Spanish is coming into play here. I'm thinking that duschen must be.
It can be, but let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Okay, I like this. So would we say, ich dusche 7:30?
Sehr gut.
So 7:30 would be 7:30.
Mhm.
7:30, halfway to 8 o'clock. Ich dusche 7:30.
Ja, genau, sehr gut. Let me ask you a question, Mark. Wann arbeitest du?
How do you say all the time?
Immer.
Immer. Yeah. No, but so if I wanted to say I work at, and when I start my work, is that kind of the
For
idea?
example?
Ich arbeite 8:30.
Okay. So maybe you want to also say from 8:30 to when you work. von 8:30 bis?
6.
Ja? Okay, so how would you say the whole sentence?
Ich arbeite von 8:30 bis 6.
Sehr gut, super.
If I played piano from 8:30 in the morning until 6 o'clock at night, would I say, ich spiele von 8:30 bis 6 Klavier?
Sehr, sehr gut, super.
We need to remember what it is we're playing, because if you forget that,
Yes.
you need to say that at the end. Okay, so all of these work in exactly the same way. We can talk about when we do things, and that time comes in the middle between the two parts that separate.
Yes, we call these two parts the Verbklammer, so the verb brackets.
So Klammer are brackets.
Yes.
So it's kind of like if you imagine the brackets going round that adverb in the middle.
Yes, exactly.
The verb.
The verb forms brackets.
Yeah.
And these two brackets embrace the adverb.
The adverb, whatever that adverb is, be
Exactly.
it gern or a time or other adverbs as well.
Yes, later in the lesson we're going to talk about adverbs of frequency.
Okay.
Aber jetzt hören wir Julia mit dem Kulturbeitrag.
That's right. Julia is standing by to bring us her cultural correspondence section. Hallo, Julia.
Hallo Marc, hi Andrea und Hallöchen an alle unsere Coffee Break German Zuhörer. Ich bin's wieder, Julia, eure Kulturreporterin. In this episode you've been talking about daily routines. And I thought we could put the new phrases into practice with some cultural insights about traditions in German-speaking places. Of course, some of these traditions may well be similar to your country. Aber das macht nichts. We are here to practice our German. Also, los geht's! Let's talk about meal times. A tricky subject for anyone traveling to a foreign country, especially if, like me, you get hungry easily. We tend to eat smaller meals several times a day, starting with Frühstück, breakfast, then lunch, Mittag, Kaffee trinken mid-afternoon, and Abendbrot, Dinner. Normalerweise esse ich um 7 Uhr Abendbrot. I normally eat dinner about 7. So when I went to Italy last summer, it was quite hard for me to wait for my dinner until the restaurants reopened at 9 p.m. after being closed during the day. During the week, of course, meal times can differ a lot, depending on your job and other duties. But usually on the weekends, Germans enjoy a very long and rich breakfast with their families or friends. In der Woche esse ich ein kleines Frühstück um 7 Uhr, weil ich um 8 Uhr zur Arbeit fahren muss. Did you get that? I eat a small breakfast during the week about 7 o'clock because I need to get to work for 8. In der Woche zum Mittag kaufe ich ein belegtes Brötchen oder einen Salat. Und dann koche ich abends. So I buy a sandwich or a salad at lunchtime because lunch breaks here are quite short, but I cook a hot meal in the evening. Aber am Wochenende ist es anders. It's different at the weekend. Normalerweise schlafen wir länger und dann essen wir ein großes Frühstück mit Brötchen, Eiern, Käse, Wurst, Marmelade und Obstsalat. Und natürlich mit Kaffee. So we sleep a bit longer and then have a big breakfast. And I'm sure you understood all those delicious foods I mentioned. Sonntags treffe ich gerne Freunde im Café zum Brunch. Yes, we use that word too. And we enjoy a big brunch buffet and catch up on the week's events. And as far as evenings at the weekends are concerned, well, it really depends a bit on how much we've eaten earlier in the day. Das reicht für heute. Ich muss los zum Brunch mit meinen Freunden. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Vielen Dank, Julia.
Ja, danke Julia und guten Appetit.
Indeed. Before, Julia, we were talking about when we do certain things. So can we take this a little further?
Yes, now I would like to talk about how often we do certain things.
Gut.
So for example, earlier you said, ich arbeite immer.
Yeah, not
Yes.
exactly true, but sometimes it feels like it.
Yes, but I know you also do other things. So I'm gonna ask you about them now.
Okay.
So Mark, wie oft spielst du Klavier?
Could I say ich spiele oft Klavier?
Ja, sehr gut.
I play the piano often. Could I say ich spiele, would it be jeden Tag
Ja.
Klavier?
Ich spiele jeden Tag Klavier.
That's every day.
Or you could even say, ich spiele täglich Klavier.
So I play daily piano.
Genau,
Ich spiele täglich Klavier.
genau, super, sehr gut. So another question, which interests me very much. Wie oft lernst du Deutsch?
Oh, also ich lerne jeden Tag Deutsch.
Natürlich.
Ja. Well, I could say we came across a word last time, and I don't know how often this word is. Manchmal. What does that mean?
Manchmal is sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I hope you learn German more often.
More often.
Ja?
Ja, also ich lerne oft Deutsch.
Genau, sehr gut. But maybe here you could answer with manchmal. Wie oft kaufst du im Supermarkt ein?
Okay, now this is a separable one, so we need to think about that. Ich kaufe manchmal im Supermarkt ein.
Genau, sehr gut, super.
So before we go on, the manchmal is the adverb of time,
Yeah,
of frequency. And then we also put im Supermarkt.
Which is the adverb of place.
And then that comes in, it's still in the, what did you call it?
The verb brackets.
The verb brackets.
Yeah.
What did you call it in German?
Verbklammer.
Verbklammer. So the adverb of frequency and of place come both in that bracket.
Exactly. All our adverbs are in the verb bracket.
Ich kaufe manchmal im Supermarkt ein.
Genau, sehr gut, super.
From einkaufen. Okay.
Wie oft isst du Currywurst, Mark?
Oh, I don't eat currywurst very often at all. So, I don't know.
Maybe nie?
Me, yeah, never.
Yeah?
So I never eat currywurst. Now this is definitely irregular. Ich esse nie Currywurst.
Genau, ich esse nie Currywurst. So, if I wanted to confirm this, I would say, du isst nie Currywurst.
Ja, ich esse nie Currywurst. Let's do a quick conjugation of essen,
Genau.
please.
Ich esse, du isst, er, sie, es isst, wir essen, ihr esst, sie essen.
Okay, now if we're writing that down, can I just double check what the situation is with estzet?
No, it's double S.
Double S in all of
Yes,
those. Okay,
yes.
danke. Also, ich esse nie Currywurst.
Genau, super. And my last question, wie oft gehen du und deine Frau ins Kino?
What's something a little more often than never, but less often than manchmal?
Selten.
Is that like seldom?
Ja,
Okay, so ich gehe. Oh, wait a minute.
with your wife, so it would be
Wir.
wir.
Yeah.
Ja,
Wir gehen selten ins Kino.
genau, sehr gut.
Can I ask you something? Could I say, ich gehe selten mit meiner Frau ins Kino?
Genau, sehr gut. Ich gehe selten mit meiner Frau ins Kino, but you made it very difficult for yourself
Yeah.
there because you added a dative.
Yeah, so the mit takes the dative. But we could have simplified that by just saying, wir gehen selten ins Kino.
Ja,
So the key point here, if I can try and summarize and you can tell me if I'm getting this right, basically any kind of adverb, be it an adverb of time, like the time of the day we do things, an adverb of frequency, how often we do things, or an adverb of place, where we do things, these all come in our verb bracket.
yes.
And the verb bracket, the verbs that are going around these adverbs would be separable verbs.
Yes.
Such as Klavier spielen or einkaufen, aufstehen, and so on.
Yes.
There will be more practice of this in our bonus episode this week, but we're going to leave it there for now.
Excellent.
Now, there will be more practice of this, as we said, in our bonus listening materials, and that's where Andrea puts me and you to the test with some translation sentences, and this time we'll be practicing these adverbs and where they go within the verb brackets. You can find the bonus audio listening materials, also the lesson notes and the video versions over at coffeebreakgermanplus.com.
This week we also have a challenge for you. We'd like you to go to the website. You'll find this lesson under Coffee Break German Season 2 and post a comment telling us what you enjoy doing. You can also tell us something you do often, something you do sometimes, and something you never do.
And watch your word order with those separable verbs. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for Coffee Break German. We are at Learn German on Twitter and Coffee Break German on Instagram. And of course, don't forget, we'd love you to leave a comment, to leave a review in iTunes to tell us what you think of Coffee Break German. That's it. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Bis bald.
You have been listening to a production of the Coffee Break Academy for the Radiolingua Network. Copyright 2017 Radiolingua Limited. Recording copyright 2017 Radiolingua Limited. All rights reserved.